I'm going to bring everything in. I'm going to work on the food, and I'll show you what I'm going to do there. And then we will have a menu planning day. So enjoy the video of us bringing the food in, and we're going to organize it, and then I will get back to you and I'll show you what we do next. Because I have a full pantry, I was really careful as what I buy because I don't need a lot of extra food, but there's certain food items that I always can use. And that is milk, cheese, and things like that. But I also got a huge deal on bagels, my favorite bagels, and they were reduced. So we are going to be filling up my little freezer in today's video. All right, for $2, I got my favorite bagels. And they were probably 75% off. So we're going to put them in a plastic bag, and I'm going to freeze them. Now I like these plastic bags that come from the Dollar Tree, and I stocked up on them, and then I will reuse them over and over again. I would go every once a month on a Wednesday and take all they had. Or every 2 weeks, because they are so good. Now I am going to make homemade ones this winter. I have everything to make them, and I assume they would be pretty good. I just have not yet taken the time to make them. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in the freezer, and then we're going to work on the chicken, and I got plenty of bread flour. What I like to do is I like to cut my chicken breast into fingers. It makes it last a lot longer. We don't eat a whole lot of meat with our meals, and we don't eat the skin, and I do cut fat away from my meats. So I'm going to go ahead and get a bowl to put these in. What I like to do is, as soon as I get my meat, I like to prepare it. So what I'm doing is making chicken fingers. I had some shake and bake that I use today. Now I do make my own homemade sometimes, but as I went through all of my food again in my storage, I decided to use up some of the shake and bake that I had. Because I only have tiny freezer by my refrigerator, I don't freeze a whole lot of things, but I do like having some of these chicken fingers on hand. I decided to first wrap them in foil and then put them in the plastic. In the years before, I would always just put them in the plastic, but I thought if I could wrap them in foil first and then lay them in plastic bag and have them freeze flat, it would take a lot less. And of course, my husband came over to see what I was doing. He was knowing that I was working in the kitchen, and he wanted to have his take on all of it. He likes to see what I am doing, and I do get him to help out, but if the camera is running, he doesn't necessarily like being on the camera that much. But he does help with a lot of food preps that I do as well. Okay, so we're going to finish this up, and then we'll put it in the freezer right away, and then I will show you the meal plans. Of course, it's going to involve some of this chicken. I made enough that I will have some for right away, and then I'll have some for the next 4 to 6 weeks. More than 4 meals, but I'm putting it in 4 meals and then have leftovers. So we have the Parmesan chicken, and then we have the barbecue chicken. Now you can make these in tortillas. You can make these just plain chicken fingers with mashed potatoes. All right, I'm gonna wash up the dishes, put this in the freezer, and then I am going to be working on this flour. I need to do more of my own baking, especially bread. So bread flour is something I use a lot of it, and I know this is fresh. All right, so now we're going to work on our menu plan. I know what I bought this week at the grocery store, so I'm going to incorporate what I bought and things I have in my pantry. So let's go ahead and let's make a menu plan. So I just have a book here, and this is going to be for this week. Since it's only 2 of us, I don't need to make a meal every day. Some days will be leftovers. Foods Kitchen, home meal planner. All right, so I know that we have chicken, so 1 meal will be chicken fingers. Meal 2 is going to be in here. It is the beef and beans over rice. That's 2 meals. Now we will have leftovers. So 3rd day, I won't have to make any meals. And what I like to do is go through all of my cookbooks. Each week, I choose 1 cookbook and I cook out of it. We don't go out to eat anymore, so all of the meals are cooked at home. Thrifty Thursday, we always have a salad, and I always make a soup for when the girls come over. So that's already in my plans. Oh, Friday, pizza night. Friday is always pizza night, and I'm going to be cooking on my outdoor oven since it's getting cooler. I love my old-fashioned cookbooks. Cookbooks bring me a lot of happiness, not in just reading, but in actually making meals out of them. Lately, I have been using just my simple cookbooks. The ones like this. These are so old-fashioned, but they're simple to make, and it's food that you have on hand. It's not gourmet food. So in my cooking, if I make any videos on cooking, you will never see gourmet food in my channel. You will never see someone that's extremely particular. I like whipping up food and putting it together. And this is with the Pennsylvania Dutch theme to it. Somebody said, why don't you use seasonings in your food? Well, here at Pennsylvania Dutch, we have seasonings on the table, and everybody seasons their own food. I know, that sounds quite different. We also have a lot of carbs in our meals, but with the menu plan, after you go to the grocery store, or even before you go to the grocery store, that way you know what you're buying, what you need, can really save you tons of money. And all of the work is done for me. So what I will do is probably write my meals on my chalkboard in my kitchen, and then that way I can just erase it as I make the meals. I'm thinking I may have spaghetti yet in one of my meals here, but chicken fingers with mashed potatoes and peas, crock pot beef and beans over rice, raisin bread, pizza night Friday night, and then I'll make spaghetti, and then we will have leftovers throughout the week. We love leftovers, and it saves you a lot of money as well. Take care, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video of grocery shopping and making my menus. Maybe I'll just do this every week. Bye! For to-do lists and free printable menus, check out Homestead Tessie's Facebook group in the link below.